Hey everybody, welcome to another video here. Brian from quantlabs.net. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use different operating systems have different names for pretty well the same thing. Windows 10 command prompt window, as well as a Mac Linux terminal. So let's get to it. So these are tutorial videos that will show you. This is only for Windows 10 users. So there's two videos here that you can watch, tutorials. First is to understand what is and how the command prompt window works on Windows. New people, non-technical people might not know what this is and how to use it and how to access it. So this first video will show you how to use it. The second video, again on Windows, will show you how to set up pip or pip3, whatever you want to call it, on your Windows terminal, okay, or Windows command prompt. And now for you Mac users, I'm going to do a live demo here, how to show you how to get to it and all that. So all you got to do, depending upon your setup, you can look for a terminal in your launchpad and just look for terminal. And then what will happen is you will get like a Linux, Unix-like or BSD-like terminal. This is where if you were to go via this option for Linux, you'd kind of need to know these commands pretty good and be comfortable with them. But in our case, just want to show you how to access this. Also, just as a pointer, there's other options in there in the Mac store. You can use like one called Terminator, same on Linux called Terminator, or you can use this thing called iTerm, which looks better, but I'll just use the out-of-box Mac OS terminal. So we'll go with that. All right, so again, so here we are. Now, there's various options to use pip. First of all, let me just show you Python. So my system, I have an outdated version of Python 2.7. That's pretty well obsolete. And you don't, as I said earlier in other videos, you don't need to worry about this version. There's also, to coincide with Python 2 and run Python 3, some setups will get Python 3. And then that will be, in my case, 3.64. As I said, if you have Python 3.7, that's fine, or even 3.8. As I said, we'll adapt everything if there's compatibility problems, but that's pretty well it. So that's a Python interpreter. So now we can run either pip or pip3. Pip, the package manager, is for Python 2. As I said, we don't worry about that. That's obsolete now. And then we have pip3, so we can install some packages. So I'm just going to install a very popular Python package or Python module called pandas. And all you're really doing is either you're doing pip3 install pandas, okay, and this is what it'll do. Now, depending upon your setup, pip3 or pip may have some privilege problems. So if it can't access it where it does a command not found, you may need to run your pip utility installer as either a root or where it has access to. Now this is where it gets hairy. As I said, I'm trying to get out of the support. That's why I'm trying to go very deep into these tutorial videos to avoid you getting confused. On top of, you got YouTube, you got Google search to help you. But as I said, we'll adapt to where people may have problems. So we have, as I said, Python 3. So we just ran this command here, pip install pandas, and it ran it, no problem. But in this case, it would normally run it, but we already have the latest version of pip or of pandas, the package. So there's no further steps needed. If you wanted to do it with pip2, you could do it this way. And sometimes, as I said, you may get some account privilege problems depending upon how your system's set up. If you're using Linux or Mac, you may need to use a command called sudo. And then that will ask for either your root password or your user password to get access to privileges. and install the Python package for you. So overall, that's kind of like a high level how this kind of works. But back to the users of Windows, I think this should cover you pretty good. They've come a long ways to get everything running out of box with just downloading stuff. But your real savior in all of this will be, if you're on Windows, your command prompt. So you kind of want to know about this particular video tutorial, show you how to access it and use it. I think all Windows users should know about this. But again, it just depends upon your technical knowledge. That's pretty well it for now. Now I'm going to do an actual source code walkthrough as well.